Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis call. This is in preparation for trading on October 25th, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for education purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. Excuse me. So let's start off as usual by taking a look at our calendar here. Not a whole lot going on today. Going into tomorrow, though, in the European session, in the London session, we have a lot of PMI data points coming out, which will be important. They're leading indicators, so those are important. Other than that, not a lot. We do have some US PMI numbers, but these are not the final ones, so they're okay. Important thing here will be the CPI for Australia. And yeah, so the CPI numbers will be important for Australia. So not a whole lot of ton of red data here, which is good. So let's go on to our charts here. We will start off. Big drop in New Zealand dollar there. Let's take a look. Sorry, New Zealand yen. Okay. Euro dollar daily, not a big move, but overall it's looking bearish. So in this case, we could likely see further move to the downside. The target will be 1.1680 to the downside here. It could come further into these pins, which is 1.1665 level there. So overall, it's bearish. And in terms of pullback, I'd be looking for this 1.1780 level, or even going further into a little bit higher into this 1800 level for a potential pullback, and then a drop. So just a quick thing about the euro here. The reason euro dropped was due to the political stuff that's going on with the Catalan. And as a result of that, anytime there's political uncertainty in a country, the currency usually drops. So just keep that in mind. If we have political issues, we will have a negative impact on the currency. So with this one, because that stuff will be weighing on it, my first pullback level, I think that I would be looking for would be 1.1780 level, and then further going into this 1.1800 level, which is into this area, which is our R2. So those are the two pullback levels, but overall, I'm looking for this pair to drop. So the move that we could look for would be one of these or something like that. Those two levels for pullback and then drop. Overall, the bias is bearish. Pound here. Pound, not a whole lot of move today. We had a bullish pin bar, and then we have seen some follow through to the upside. A very neutral close for the day, so I would say neutral to bullish, because we did get a bit of an up move here. So the next key level here, though, is this 1.3220 level, or higher into the pin here, that about 60 or 80 level. So let's say this one, 1.3280 level. So this one, I would look for a further move to the upside. But right now, the US dollar today has strengthened. So we could see price just move up and then drop from there. So let's say 132.50 level could be a good level for a potential short. Or we could go all the way into 132.80. So there is still bullishness left in it. I'm not totally bearish on this, but I think as US dollar strengthens going into the Fed meeting, we may see more of these pairs drop. But comparatively, euro versus pound is better right now. Okay. Aussie here, bearish close for the day, looking for another move to the downside. The target here would be 77.70 as the first target, and then 77.50 as the second target to the downside. this is where we are at the moment in terms of pullback. This looks like a good level, 78.20, or all the way into this pin at 78.34. So the move that I'm looking for here would be something like this, and then a drop. So overall, this looks bearish from a daily perspective. New Zealand US dollar, we had a bit of a move to the upside. We had talked about this during our daily analysis call. So when we have such a big drop in a currency, it's normal to see pullbacks here. So in terms of the daily close, we saw price drop, excuse me, and then pull up higher. So in this case, we could see price go all the way into the 0.700 level, and then drop from there. So overall, though, it's still bearish, but for now, I'm looking for a bit of a pullback and then a drop. So the price target would be 69.29 level here into the bottom of this pin, but it could go up there and then drop. So something like this. This could give us a good opportunity pin to pin test, which is 0.700 level. And this is a nice support and resistance level coming from here as well. So keep that in mind. I'm looking for this to drop further and come into 69.20 level. Dollar CAD, bullish close for the day, but a very, very small move. So we are right into this support and resistance level. Keep that in mind, because even though this looks bullish right now, but if the price is not able to break this 126.65 level, this previous pin, we could see price drop in this. So that's something to keep in mind. But the close still is bullish. So the next level to the upside, once price crosses this 126.65 level, will be a 127.60 level to the upside here. But it's very important to see a break of a 126.60 level before we can consider this long. So for now, I would be cautious here. Looks bullish, but I would be very cautious with this one. Euro pound, excuse me, sorry. I'm a little under the weather today. This one looks bearish at the moment with the continued problems with the euro. This does not look very bullish. We're looking for further move to the downside. We have had two bearish days in a row here, so looking for price to move lower into 0.8850 level to the downside. So just looking for price to drop there. Euro Swiss franc, we saw a big double top here, a bearish close for the day, so looking for price to pull back a bit here. And our target, this looks good, 1.1520 level. That will be our target to the downside, so looking for price to come and test this pin right over here. So bearish on Euro Swiss franc. Pound Swiss franc, this is rejection of this important support and resistance area, so I'm looking for price to drop here as well. So if you take a look, see how price has moved up. So we had an inefficient move to the downside, then an inefficient move to the upside here. So now price seems to be just compressing over here, which means we could see a drop from here. So keep that in mind. So overall here, this shows rejection. So I am looking for price to drop in this one. In terms of the target, this here, excuse me, 129.50 level could be a good target for this one. So price goes up and then drops. That will be our target. Pound Swiss franc, bearish. All right, so this one looks bearish as well. We did break to the upside, but then price is back into the support resistance area. So in this case, it will be important to see, so my bias is bearish, but it will be important to see a break of this 98.30 level right here. And once the price breaks down, then we could see a further move to the downside. So something like this, right? Excuse me. Something like this is what I'm looking for, 98 at this level. So I would like to see the price break through, do a test of that, and then do another drop. So once the price stays below this level, then we're looking for further move to the downside in that as well. Yen here, yen was interesting. We saw prices push up and then they came down. So the elections are past us. We have Abe won again. So this looks bearish for now, looking for price to pull back. This is where we ended up with this, into this previous support and resistance, bearish close for the day. So I'm looking for price to drop. In this case, we could see the price come back into 147.80 area, right into there. But tomorrow, but prior to that, I guess the first target, I like this one, 148.50. And then the second target would be the bottom of that candle. But pound yen looks bearish there. This is bearish as well, nice bearish engulfing candle, looking for price to drop here. This is my target, 132.50 will be the target to the downside in Euro yen. Aussie yen looks bearish as well. First target will be 88.27. And then below that, we are looking at 87.70. So bearish on Aussie yen as well. Dollar yen, bearish close for the day, looking for price to drop further. In this case, the target, this is a nice support and resistance area. Prices reacted multiple times at this level. So 112.80 level will be the target to the downside. Euro Aussie here, not a whole lot going on. It's kind of compressing into this level. So two things can happen. One, it could break to the upside because we do have this ascending triangle. But if it doesn't break to the upside, we need to see a break below this trend line so that we can trade this to the downside. So if the price does not, so if the price breaks up higher above 150.70 level, then we're looking for next level to be 1.5120. But if it doesn't break, then I would like to see a break of this trend line. And in that case, the target would be 149.50 level. So right now, it's just sitting just above that trend line. And we need to see, we have had a very neutral close for the day. So we need to see price either go up and turn bullish, or it needs to turn bearish, because currently it's very neutral. Okay, any questions or comments? Anything to add? Okay, so nothing. All right, we'll call it a wrap for now. I will be back to, so Hamid, it's those levels that we mentioned. That's where I'm looking for the trades. The levels that we have drawn on the chart, that's where I'm looking for potential trades. Hamid, we have to see how the trades set up. So right now, I'm not taking any trades. I will be back for the London session. So depending on what trade setups that I see at those levels, that's when I will take a trade. Right now, when we do the preparation the night before, I'm just looking at what levels to trade from, what the bias is for the day. So that's what we discussed, what the bias is, whether it's bullish, bearish, or neutral. And the ones that have clear bias, so ones that are neutral, we don't trade. The ones that have a clear bias, either to the upside or downside, those are the ones that I would be looking to take a trade in. And then when we come back during the trading hours, we will take a look at actual setups. And when the trade setup shows up, that's when we actually place the trade. So I will be back first for the London session at around 2 a.m. Eastern. And then for the New York session, I'll be back at 9 a.m. Eastern. Okay, you guys have a nice evening. I will see you guys tomorrow then. Bye for now.